So I started a new painting today. It's going to be of Providence-based band Voodoo Sisters. I did a portrait of the Silks, another Providence-based band, and on the Silks Facebook page was Voodoo Sisters. And I heard their music. I clicked on a video and got to hear some of their music and just fell in love. So I felt an instant connection. And so I just kind of have to do this. It's making me crazy. Plus, I love this photograph of the, what's his name? I think it's Keith McCurdy. I'm sorry, I'm terrible with names. I know it's McCurdy. Anyway, I fell in love with McCurdy's face in that photograph and other photographs I've seen of him, and his different bandmates who come and go apparently. He works with a number of different people. And I have to do this. So I came in today, I bought a new canvas. I spent every last penny I had on buying this new canvas and marched myself into my new studio to start and realized I don't have black gesso. And I always start my paintings with black gesso, either black gesso or black chalkboard paint. So I've had to readjust my thinking. And I know you're seeing black on here, but it's not the flat black that I'm used to. I love flat black, flat white and flat black. I love starting that way. But as it turns out, all I had was acrylic paint, black acrylic. Well, I have a number of different colors in acrylic, but for black acrylic paint. I can readjust my thinking from flat black to acrylic, shiny acrylic, but I can't add like an orange or a blue or other colors yet that I have in acrylic. So anyway, another story. What I'm doing right now is taking the acrylic and swiping it like I do the black gesso. Now for someone who doesn't paint or is used to painting with either oils or acrylics, this may not seem like a big deal, but the adjustment from flat black to shiny acrylic kind of throws me a little bit. But I'm trying to look at this like an adventure and a new way to start a painting, almost. The acrylic will give off a little bit of a shine, and also the only acrylic I had is a heavy body acrylic. Acrylic comes in different weights. There's that lightweight 75-cent bottle you can get in Michael's, which is fine. I've used it many times for thousands of pieces of work. I've also used the medium acrylic, which I probably would be more appropriate for what I'm doing right now. If I had a choice, that's what I would be using. Unfortunately, all I have is the heavy body acrylic. So I've had to readjust my thinking from, damn it, why didn't I, not buy coffee this morning or not buy milk and buy at least some chalkboard paint, to, being like, meh, to let's see what happens here. So that's pretty much what I'm doing, is let's see what happens here. I am starting off the painting with my usual black swipes, and this is to represent, my black swipes add energy. They also add kind of an adventurous element to my painting. I love starting off with these weird big black swipes and shapes and kind of gray areas, and then adding aerosols over the top. I'll be adding more aerosol shapes. I guess I'm going to be cutting shapes out of paper and spraying on specific shapes. I want more like a daisy, kind of a petal, a flower petal in here, taking up this section of the canvas, or a large section, couple sections of the canvas over the top. But I always want this kind of Franz Klein, I want the kind of Klein energy. I just learned about Franz Klein a few months ago. Honestly, I don't pay attention to art history anymore. I don't care. I don't want to copy anyone, but one of my fans and friends and people that follow me said, wow, that's like Franz Klein. And so I looked him up and I went, oh my God, we're almost identical in feeling and energy and application. But I don't want to be Franz Klein. I want to be me. I don't want to be Rothko. I want to be Becky. So, although the painting starts off like him, I am not him. And I will not complete, this will not be the complete painting. It has several more layers to go that make it mine, that make it my own, and make it my own process. So, here I am, applying my black paint, and not really paying attention to the actual shapes, the shading, how it matches up with the reference material. I'm just doing it. I'm adding the first layer to my puzzle. And that's what my paintings are for me, is a puzzle. I make these big, terrific messes, add all my energy, add my colors, then I add the figure, and I have to work my way out of it, and I love working that way. It makes painting so much more fun than sitting down and going, this is his arm, and this is most definitely his face. It's got to be right there. Now, on top of just kind of swiping and not really paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm also adding, with this heavy body acrylic, I'm also able to, let me grab the jar, just kind of add a three-dimensional, almost sculptural feel to it. Like, once this dries, boom, that's going to be there for me to deal with later. It's part of the puzzle now. I'm going to add this. I'm going to have to deal with, I don't know what you can see, but I'm going to have to deal with the pokey-outy bits of the acrylic. And I love that. This is already dry. I have bits in here of swipe and that have already dried. I'll have to deal with them later, and that's part of it. That really is the fun for me. Building these horrific, nonsensical puzzles and then working my way out of them. Coming in with materials that I don't really want to use and just accepting the adventure in it. I guess just like life. Accepting the adventure in the unexpected twists and turns. I think I better step back and see if I've made enough of a mess for myself. Because part of this, too, I'm standing right on top of the canvas and talking to you. But I have to step back and make sure that I've gone big. As someone once said to me, go big or go home. Well, I have to make sure that I've gone big on the canvas and I'm not focusing in on tiny little details. Certainly don't want to do that till almost the end. Right now I just want big, I want messy, and I want adventure. So I better stop this. I better stop chatting and step back, make sure I've built myself an adventure, a fun adventure to start my summer off with. Really looking forward to this. Ciao.